Yeah, so probably if I would have given the sentences, Jess would have understood it, because she's literally watched every single one of them on the world.
That hurt my throat.
Yeah, I understand.
Desu.
You're gonna get a lot of people that are wanting
Sugoi.
more from that. It's very ubu as a...
I'm never doing that on broadcast again. That was it. That was it. That's done.
You're lucky Bartosz isn't watching right now.
We're done.
Otherwise,
He's not allowed. He's banned.
He's banned from APAC.
Banned. He's just banned in general. No, he's not. Bartosz is not banned. He's free to do whatever he pleases, unfortunately for us. Hey, look at this. We're in a game. We're in a game of Rainbow Six, Cafe Dostoevsky, which is a great Cyclops map, a very fun Cyclops map, and they prove it every single time they play, regardless of the opponents that they're up against. Monty, Nomad, Goyo. First three removals, pretty standard removals. Pretty standard.
Yep.
Get out of here. Talking of anime, we won't see the new Vector anime skin, at least on Goyo.
There's always the opportunity for the mirror.
Might see it on Mirror.
You know?
Might see it on Mirror.
See if we get to see that skin. We might actually. The Valkyrie's the last one to get banned, so there is the opportunity. Of course, that ban will be hindering any of the run-outs to come through on the Valkyrie. Less information, as we all know. You cannot jump out without information. FPL NA, that was.
I mean, you can jump out without.
You can, of course.
Just do it.
It's a bit more risky.
People just take risks, don't they? Take risks, full rewards. Okay. Cyclops starting on their attack here. Guts, they have a test in front of them. They have a pretty tricky day, and they've got to try and pull some precious points, especially with some of the results going the way that they have. They have a chance to put some distance, to get themselves dug higher up the board with a little bit more confidence beneath them. A fuse from the hands of Gatorada as a sixth pick bait there, away from the sledge. They... You know, they still have some options for soft destruction. The Flores drones will be able to take care of any of the hatches if they need them to get some safety there instead of being C4'd by preemptive teams. But still.
Jackal Shotgun.
Jackal Shotgun.
Also, also deal with it. So, I mean, there is the opportunity.
That's my least liked weapon in the game.
The ITS-12?
I have never been able to make it work for me.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be anti-personnel. I'm pretty sure. We got mirror. What skin does JJ use?
Whoa, we're referencing new skins. Not the skins that are on the bottom, but those are also...
You can also get those.
You can also get those
the entire... If you do not have a favorite team, that one won't support everyone. Whereas the team specific ones only support the team.
Yeah. So, there's new share skins. Cyclops have one. It's very pretty. It's maybe my favorite, although I don't like to choose favorites. I love every skin.
Too, yes.
All of the skins are great.
All of them.
I love all of you. I don't have a favorite child, but it might be Cyclops'. It might be Cyclops' gun skin. It's a very pretty skin. It's a very pretty skin. It speaks to me. But that's design. Everybody's got the things that they like. All of the designs are cool. We've got loads of different styles and aspects. Talking of Flores, he's just going to get that wall pretty much instantly. He started to try and charge their way up here on the white stairs. Black Rays dug their way in. Look at the pressure from Iron Gator as well on those eastern windows. This is a very awkward take, and they're opening with it.
Definitely trying to open up with it. It's not the skin, unfortunately. JJ not wanting to support there. Gets the entry. That is a Gator gone. No more scars they can play with. It's going to be making it a little bit more difficult now to open up those mirror windows. Of course, still the Twitch is on the board, which can be used for it. Question is if the drones are going to be even able to get that far. Still 2 in pockets, so plenty of time. So it's the Cyclops now trying to reconvene, trying to get the information out. Fuse charges will be coming through the castle barricade, potentially again. As used 2 of them. Of course, creates a small opening there. So the next one pops off.
Now, with a minute 30 gone, they've obviously lost their Habana here, so those walls and that awkward mirror, especially the one looking into Piano, where they're just kind of drifting and protecting the Aruni. Black Ray goes down, and it is that Aruni that is the one that is serving up the delicious spread with that gingerbread skin. They're waiting for a little bit more pressure to come through. Those hard destruction charges pop, including the pops. There is the back of an Aruni, but they just slip away. Gatorada gets the kill, dropped with that park that just pops around the corner, but they still have this mirror window, which is so terrifying to go up against.
It's definitely terrifying. It's going to be very difficult to try and challenge that as well. There's almost no way here. You're going to be exposed to whatever is coming up. And, you know, as the Twitch is taken out as well, there's no drones you can use against it. No verticality available either, so they just basically need to plant behind, well, I would dare to say, the current current little table you see there, but I believe there's also still some drones coming up and about, so might still get some information they can use, but it doesn't look too bright for them.
It's so awkward now to try and find their way to throw themselves in. They set themselves up for an entirely different take at the beginning, and it did not work. They lost a crucial part of their attack here, and they're leaving even more. They're trying to throw themselves around underneath the breach, and, well, with this aggression from Mario, who's looking for the side, sees the angle and gets the drop. It's a quick cleanup from Guts Gaming. It was a tough attack. It was an awkward attack. It was a punished attack. But it's Cyclops, and they love trying new things.
That's it, right? Cyclops just try and use every single operator that's on the board in Tier 1 play to make sure that, you know, they try everything that's possible. And you see the fuse being picked up straight away now. We are going to the kitchen, however, to the bottom floor. Floors might be 6 picked out to a 0, as it has been, well, hovered over every now and then. No, doesn't seem the case. The fuse does go, though. It's a sledge to come in, so just 2 grenades instead, and a big hammer, the caber, as it is called. Not many people know that, actually. People just think it's called the sledgehammer, which is technically not wrong, because it's
it is a sledgehammer.
And it is a sledgehammer.
Like, it's a fair description of it in that is what it is.
I think everybody will know what you mean when you say it. I think less people would understand if you say caber what you mean.
Yeah, there was that cool box set thing that you could get with the caber.
The what?
I can't remember what it was for now. The thing you could pre-order, there was like a collection.
Collector's edition.
Collector's edition.
Yeah, Year 6 Collector's box.
Year 6 Collector's box. That has
7,000 of them.
Only 7,000?
I think. Well, you know.
Well, there was. There's probably less than that now.
Probably, yes. I mean, I know multiple people that have ordered it.
Yeah, I know a few people that have ordered it. But you can get a caber in that. Otherwise, you can potentially watch Gatorado use his caber to try and smash their way through. It's a game where you expect them to try and take the vertical control, see if they can isolate Meryu, who's on that roam on the vigil on the top floor. He has the options to try and slip away, but Cafe can be a little bit dangerous. It's quite quick for teams to be able to get some big cross angles. I mean, talking over, if I'm going to say they might shut down Meryu, Euro wants to shut them down before they even get a chance.
Drone being used just to try and find out some information, maybe find some utility, spots out some electrification there, finds the bandit wires, quickly dispatches them as well as he continues up to the next. That's 3 gadgets just for the single drone and still alive. Probably make his way back into safety here to be used at a later date. Struggles a little. Ooh, was about to get shot by the Evil Eye there, but manages to survive it for now. And Black Ray continues on. Is going to go for a bit of a hunt now, hoping to pick up a kill.
Curious where that drone was trying to get to, potentially the hatch, or maybe they wanted to swing on the wall on the right. They're looking to try and make things uncomfortable for Meryu on the top floor. Euro is still up there, though. And that's the thing. If they're entirely focused on tracking this vigil, and they've lost a bit of a sight here, they definitely haven't now. Euro sprays over the top, but Light locks them down from underneath. Caught between 2 bodies. There's nobody else to catch the C4 in the face, and as soon as they wait for that call, they may be able to act upon it. But yet again, a very good strike from Guts Gaming, able to take something out of the approach of Cyclops, limit what they can do. They've lost the Jackal, they've lost some of that track around. Euro has been traded back out as Black Ray just charges along White Corridor and takes the back of the piano, plays the sweet tune of, I'm going to shoot you in the face. But look at this, Meryu is so close to a player who just does not know.
As Gatorado just waiting around the corner, might have actually heard it. Could have given the call out, like someone just went down on the white stairs here. Is Light going to go for a bit of a challenge? Not able to hit anybody as of yet, but well, at least his position is known as the rest of Cyclops is trying to pick themselves back up. Let's see where we are going from. They group up again for a final strike. A minute left on the clock and still busy on working out whether or not the first floor is safe. Answer to that is yes, it is. 2 people on the side, 1 on code and 1 in VIP. The site is relatively safe, but you just need to deal with those players in VIP first.
Now, as they have 40 seconds, they're going to see if they can try and force their way through on the back wall. The Flores drone pops it open. They're looking for the loose body and just spot it out as Lily tries to hold into their best of their ability, buried behind the VIP bar side. They still think someone might be on the double window, but that canister going a little bit further means that they're going to instead go for a bit of a hot drop here on the hatch. The pre-rolled grenade doesn't quite catch anybody. Does the C4 connect? It does not. Blinded. Just couldn't make that happen. But suddenly there's a body isolated. Not for very long. Light gets the double for the round as 1 more is about to drop down the hatch. Suzy C gets caught on the door. Suddenly everything is lighting up. Guts Gaming. Gatorado swings one way, there the other. A triple kill for Light. Cleaning up inside. Black Ray at least finds a triple of his own, but no more time to pepper bullets, and Guts take their second round.
If you would have given him 5 to 10 more seconds, he might have been able to pick up yet another kill and potentially go for a clutch after that. But, as you said, Guts win round number 2. CYCLOPS, the team that is the team to beat this stage, has already shown that they can bleed. Right now, Guts is looking to pick up some very important points as well. We've prefaced it many, many times before. Guts is always that team that is just outside the top 4. And this time, they could be the ones to just break in if everything goes their way. You can see it on the live rankings as well. If they would win this game, they would be in second place for now with a very tough opponent out of the way. Sophia wanted to go for a 6-pick there, but eventually wasn't quick enough. And now we are heading to reading the next site to come up. Verticality is key here. You will see a lot of the Guts Gaming members potentially go up to that top floor, as the ankle holes are being created as well to make sure that people in pillars can be challenged. And CYCLOPS themselves, well, they will have to work on getting that top floor control. The way to do that will most likely start from, well, Red Hatch and most likely the piano side. You should see all the reinforcements and the utility to be placed towards said direction, towards the west, where the safest approach for the attackers will be. But it is still CYCLOPS, and that does mean that if they read there's only one person on site, they might just hit you with a cheeky rush. You never know it.
I think that's it with CYCLOPS, is they're a team that tries and attempts plays. They're more than happy to stretch along the full roster of available operators and see if they can make anything connect with it. And they're very talented to back up that flexibility, but it's always that thing about if you let a game get a little bit too out of hand, if Guts are able to get too much territory and too much land, you might find yourself suddenly on the backswing of a momentum where even when you go to things that are, you know, if we start to see a little bit more play around familiar territory for CYCLOPS, how much momentum will have Guts have been able to drive themselves into here? If they can complete this, the third site in a row, the perfect rotation, especially with the pace that they've been able to apply, well, it could spell a rough second half for CYCLOPS, and there's a bit of a start, a trade-off from a grenade, but they've yet again lost the first engagement.
Jonathan died there. That is going to be a very important operator gone for this clear. You can see from their setup with the Lion and the Dokkaebi that they really wanted to, you know, hammer down on these roamers, use all the information they can. Hot drone, Lion ping with the E1D and get the phone out. You know, all those tools could be used to get rid of these players upstairs, but just lost one of them. As a wallbang is attempted. He's deciding to just open up the wall for them. He's like, if you want that one open up, I'll just do it for you. Good luck and have fun.
Now, 2 bodies outside that eastern side as well. They're still sort of setting themselves up with the ability to try and pinch those roamers. They're looking at that as a problem that needs to solve. And to be fair on this, you do need that vertical control. We have seen them suffer outside this window before. A C4 pops off, doesn't quite have the effect or the impact that they wanted. They're under huge pressure at the top, but Light takes the fight. Swings out, drops Black Ray just before the E1D rumbles, and that next grenade doesn't catch anybody. The spray on the window, they know exactly where each other is, but Light is able to just slink away. Drops that open with the cover, puts a little bit more pressure on Gator, who's concerned about being spotted out from any of the particular windows, and now they have this body disadvantage. It's put them in such an awkward place with these dangerous dangles on that side.
Still Malusi above as well, though. They don't seem to be aware of Lily's current position. Free fire comes in, but it was not actually hitting. Lily will swing around, gets the kill, but is now known. Goes for the second and gets it as well. Lily will be single-handedly confirming the round right here. Of course, it was already going their way, but his last 2 kills would be the nail on the coffin, and Guts should be able to lock out the 0-3 right now, but still, Gator on the board, playing with the Hibana. 30 seconds left and the diffuser in hand. If he would feel lucky, could be going for a potential plant, but I'm not sure if you're getting away with it, especially not if the flashes go the wrong way around. So, as the time slowly ticks down, Guts, they are just holding off. Lily has dropped down to the first floor as well. And as the next smoke canister comes out, this is basically just being treated as a bit of a timeout.
And that's it. It's been a sort of floor and a flow that hasn't quite gone the way that they're so used to see. Across the board, no real players on CYCLOPS able to connect with the gun side of this game. None of them quite able to step up to the mantle that Guts Gaming are putting forward. It's an early worry. It's very early in the game. I think that's the main thing we need to sort of drive. They could still pull an even half. Here, it's going to take a heck of a step up, though, because Guts are sort of running rampant. They're able to get in these positions. They're not entirely being checked out. They're being very aggressive against Cyclops. They're playing what some would call a Cyclopsian game against them and responding before they can even really get settled in the map. The hold of the Melusi, the spray out through the windows, pushing aggressively up White corridor. They're reading what is coming against them, and instead of waiting, going, well, actually, this is a fight I want to take.
We have to say, though, at least I might be wrong on this one, but if that's the case, I will stand corrected.
Okay.
For as far as I know, Cyclops has always had a bit of a trouble with Guts. Not that they normally lose games from them, but sometimes they just struggle a little bit against them. And well, stage 1 it was 3-7. Stage 2 I'm just pulling up right now, so be with me. Of course, they went 6-on-1 in that one, so they also won that game. But historically, they have struggled against them every now and then. It might not show in the previous stages, but it's definitely something that plays into account. Yeah, 2 7-3s they had over this year so far. So Cyclops has been the superior in this matchup throughout the year. But Guts is really bringing it to them now. 3 rounds is already just as much as they managed to get in the 2 previous games they have played against them this year. And of course, the APAC North Division.
Yura is going for the peek out the White corridor window. He was just playing it there. As soon as it was being shot open, he responded and tried to find the fight outside of it. And that's the energy that Guts is bringing. You can see JJ as well. He's sort of playing off on one side, down in train. Lily is on the roam as well. And we've also got a very different setup from Guts this time. Regardless of the fact that they won the first round with a great take and a defense on the eastern side, this time they've brought the castle, dropped the mirror, gone for a very solid hold around the top of red, expecting the push from there. JJ's sort of sitting, waiting around pillars, hoping that somebody goes for the quick rotate up the stairs like they did last time, but instead Cyclops playing this with a lot more safety, heading to the top before they try to get dropped.
Yeah, Gadarada just quickly opening up some of these castle barricades, has the sledgehammer, the caber of course to his availability, just makes it a little bit easier. Don't need to punch it 12 times or get an explosive in, it's just gonna be a simple swing of it. He's very afraid that someone might be going for a run out, which is of course not too crazy given the fact that they have been losing so many of the entry fights.
I think that's the thing as well, is there's so much dedication here that you expect it. You're held up in a situation where you really don't want to be. The longer you're dangling on the outside, is the more chance a team like Guts Gaming that plays with a lot of their namesake will go for these run-outs, will go for these big, bold plays that are otherwise just going to cause problems. That's why Cyclops are put in this awkward situation. If they want to burn that Aruni Gates, they want to put pressure onto Pixel, they want to get through into cocktail windows, then they can find their way against opening the wall itself of Bathroom. It's a step-by-step process, and every second that they're slowed down is more of a risk of someone jumping out on them. Popping open the top of this wall now as they drop in and take the first fight. Light is forced into a tricky situation, but only slightly scraped. Iagator in the meantime suffers huge on that drop.
Yeah, for sure, the phone calls are coming out. I believe there was a player previously inside the piano next to it. Might have rotated out in the meantime. No, still sitting there. It hasn't been spotted out. Gadarada might have actually heard it as he's on the window, but Light gets the first kill. Gets drone, but still survives. No pressure really coming down, and that means that Guts, again, get a good entry right here. With only 35 seconds left, that's a drop. Missed a shot with a shotgun, though. Tries to go for a second, swings around, but a new hatch drop is already in.
That's it, the combination of the pairing puts Lily in a bit of a tricky situation here, because with that castle, it's either a slow, very audible swing. Meryu actually dropped Lily. As Lily got the kill, it was a sort of fervent call of we need to keep this control, so Meryu's going to make up for it. Gets the drop on the far side with the UMP, and then hops in on the hot pings to get one more on the door. The cigar is now filled with a diffuser as well. It's a 1 versus 1. Meryu can pull himself further back, so as you see, has to chase, but he's running entirely out of time. It's a swing on the close corners. And he may have taken one of his own, but he made sure he got 3 of the others too.
As long as you still win the round, and that TK doesn't really matter that much in the end. It turned out into a 1v1, but he managed to win it out. And that's all that matters. Guts 0-4. Really giving it to Cyclops now. It might not be Coastline, but they're definitely showing up strong here. Kitchen coming up again. First floor defense coming out. And we saw already 2 different holds for that top floor take. I'm intrigued to see if Guts is going to be running another kind of hold on that basement as well, considering the first one actually worked quite well. They managed to stall a lot of time. We do see the clash coming out now, however. So they might try and play a little bit more of a stalling game here. The Rook as well, just to give everybody that extra bit of HP. For those that aren't aware, of course, the HP system has changed a little bit. It's just easier to spot now who's a bit more beefy than the others. Rook armor, of course, changed that, as everybody is going to get a little bit of a bonus.
And in the top right, the live ranking shows what would happen if it kept on being this one-sided affair, with Guts no longer taking up the mantle of second based on the round difference, but first instead. Now, granted, we do still have, obviously, Fnatic to play, who opened this day as the team on the top of the board, I believe. So there's still the chance that this will shift, and we're only 4 rounds into a game. There's a turn of the half, but Guts are playing phenomenally. You can only imagine Fresh in the back saying, well, I thought Coastline, but also Cafe.
They want Cafe, right? You know, that was his argument afterwards. He's like, oh, I predicted Guts in the back of Coastline. But they won a Cafe last time, so, I mean, maybe. They just quickly changed the argument there, but it seems to be working out just fine for now. So I'll give him that. It's 0-4 currently up.
Now a quick burn.
Oh, that's
a
so
lot
much utility
of
gone.
utility. Wow, one Flores drone has caused an absolute nightmare, and that's the thing. When obviously you don't have that mute in the board and on the pocket, you've got to be paying a lot of attention, especially because CYCLOPS are a team that has already played Flores this game, is confident with the utility, and you just think of how much of a blow that is to Lily, the body that they're trying to force out early this time. Again, CYCLOPS, they adapt quickly, and the attention they want to pay is to this corner that suffered them on the drop. They couldn't get into the freezer hatch as cleanly as they wanted to. They spent a long time clearing elsewhere. Blackray wants to take the swing, just drives it, but gets dropped by Light. Maryu with one more, and although they get the down inside the VIP bar on the far side, it's still a huge issue. Gatorada wants to try and take the fight here behind that wall of a clash. It is a bit of a nightmare. Going to see if he can get the cook grenade, but they've otherwise pulled back. They know that they don't need to overstretch and overstress this. They're aware of where the players are, but Guts.
I'm not sure. I'm going to think like they've managed to, they're going to go for the pickup there. They managed to actually stop CYCLOPS from pushing in and confirming a kill there. And that means that Lily is going to be back up now. 2 players inside of VIP. They've absolutely no clue that I think Lily was down there for a while. Just trying to go for a quick push there, but it got punished for it. Guts really playing strong right now. It comes around the corner though, tries to find the first kill. There's going to be a bit of damage done into Maryu, but it's going to be Lily that picks up yet another.
Lily back from the dead and causing some revenge here, and they did know that he was down because they had a red ping there, but they just had no way to act on that intel. They tried to force themselves to be able to get that opening kill and push behind the momentum, but Guts are aware of this. They've played a great game in shutting down those plays and those angles, and here yet again they're using the grenade to buy them a second, but well, they need more than just that right now. Gator has found himself alone outside the double window, and I know earlier we talked about them having a little bit of time to have a team talk.
It's going to be now again as well.
I mean, it's just turning into too much time to have a team talk. There's only so much you can talk about Guts. They're playing such a good defense here. Goes past the clash in the flash to make sure that they don't get caught, but it's only a matter of time before that'll get revealed. You can see her heading up towards the door of this coat room, but she doesn't get there in time. Lily, back from the dead for a 3K.
I quickly want to highlight the importance of the Rook there. Some of you might not realize, but due to the fact that the first grenade didn't get the down, but only put you down to 5 HP, that second grenade will down you. That's the thing what the Rook vest does. It makes you always go DBNO unless it's a headshot that comes out. So even though that grenade, you know, it could have landed wherever, if I'm correct, it would have always gone for the DBNO there. So that allowed him to go for the pickup there. That allowed him to get some greedy CYCLOPS players that really wanted to put up some pace behind it. And if we talk about the pace now, there it is. Dokkaebi, Lion, Finka. And the Ibana's going to be 6 picked out to a buck for some verticality. They need a single round here, otherwise Guts going in with a flawless first half. Only needing to get 1 attacking round themselves.
That's it. They could potentially put themselves on a fantastic mantle here. They've just been able to outgun CYCLOPS throughout all of these positions. They're getting aggressive. You're having obviously light up games from multiple Guts Gaming players as well. It's not that one player keeps standing up and taking the mantle. We've had backlines from everybody. We've had holes and holds that have otherwise been exploited by Guts Gaming players that CYCLOPS has just been unaware of for all the many times we've watched them play. This is the first time that we've seen them live up to their name and that they've got no depth perception. They're not paying attention towards these little angles that Guts Gaming are burying themselves inside.
And this is the first time in a very long time we've seen CYCLOPS struggle as much as they have so far. Guts, well, they are looking to profit from it. Having the opportunity to pick some very important points away here from CYCLOPS. Of course, are close to find a 6th invitational spot themselves, but I believe they still need to qualify for the major at least to confirm it. I think that would be confirmable by Fresh later on the desk.
If he can stop gloating.
If he can stop
if this
gloating
game
about
goes
Guts
the way it's
winning,
going.
indeed. But yeah, CYCLOPS falling down to 5th place is really not helping them to go to the major, because remember, top 4 doesn't guarantee it. Number 1 guarantees it. The rest goes to a playoffs with APAC South and the South Asian Nationals. So you gotta make sure that you're ending up as high as possible.
Now dropping the Malusi there, or the Banshee even, just to make sure that they have a clean swing in on the top of red, something where they've not really been able to get that confidence before. The flashes come through, but they're able to slink away just out of cigar in time before the E1D rumbles as well. Mariu is buying as much time as possible. Yura again playing around that freezer area, but look how many other bodies are up on the top this time. One less as they drop down, but there is one loose player for CYCLOPS around the staircase on the opposite side. In fact, no, they were going for a rotation deep around the other side, in fact, onto the windows itself. Yura pre-places plays, but doesn't quite catch it. As I said, Ayagator hopped out and is heading back up, putting the pressure on the catch. Lily, however, is making it quick work. Yet again, CYCLOPS have found themselves on the back foot.
Yeah, Lily able to pick up that kill from below inside the trains, using those long horizontal holes he's made with that TCSG. Really puts him into a bit of an advantage here as Gatorada. Well, he's going to be looking to challenge that one. Actually, no, just snakes across the corner right there. Doesn't want to challenge that TCSG because he knows how heavy it can hit. You might be thinking you might have an adrenaline surge available to you, but you just want to pick up that clean kill there. Not having to use it to heal a bit extra. Flashbangs are coming in. Mario picks up another kill. Oh, that's going to be a team flash. Going to be completely blind. And as the adrenaline surge got activated before, was of course completely blinded. Didn't get cleared out. Still gets the kill, however. 45 seconds left on the clock. Now seems to be able to enter the side, but Anaton is the one that has the diffuser. As Gatorada takes a lot of damage right here as he throws up a grenade.
Sprayed from above. The grenade just falls into that position at first. JJ believed he was safe from it because it didn't quite go red, but the second it rolled and hit that bounce, it was over. Gatorada is trying to be everywhere on the map right now to see if they can claw some of this round back into the favor, and so far they've done good work, but they are pretty injured, and they only have 20 seconds to see if they can get their way down to the site. Vertical does not go into their favor, though. Light with one more. Sprays down and drops it. Anaton on the swing, cannot quite connect it. Guts Gaming a 6-0 half.
They are playing so strongly right now. CYCLOPS just... It's not CYCLOPS. This is just a completely different team that's playing right now. There's no other way you can bring this. Like, this is not the CYCLOPS we used to be seeing. Yes, they bring a bit of funky operators every now and then, but normally they win all their gunfights, they still get all the drones out, they know where everybody's playing. But none of that seems to be the case now. And Guts with a clean half, 0-6. Can they make it a clean sweep against the reigning APAC North? Well, not really champions because they didn't win the championship, but they were on top of the leaderboard the last few stages.
They're a threat. They're a monolithic force inside APAC North. Would this be... I'm trying to quickly think back over this split. The first 7-0 if it came to that.
I am on the fact check.
I think it might be.
It might be indeed. But I am going to this split.
I mean,
this stage.
Okay, I can make this a lot quicker. It would have been you and I that would have casted it because Designate's only cast OT games.
No, that's wrong. We had one more. You can guess which one it is.
Ah,
It's in the first play day. I make it a bit easy.
first play day, was it T1?
It is T1, yes. Do you know against who they were playing? It is a team that's currently on 6 points. There's only one team that's on 6
Fnatic.
points. Yes, Fnatic.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Second play day. That was on Chalet. First play day.
Did we cast
game,
that, or did
Chalet.
Designates cast that?
I think it was Designates, but I'm not sure.
Maybe they only do OTs
Actually,
and 7-0s.
No, it was us because we were on the set. Wait, no, it was them. Yes.
Time
okay.
is
it's them.
a tricky mistress.
Time is a concept. Every now and then.
Okay. 6-0. CYCLOPS. Tough, not impossible. We've seen these fights before. and they are not going to shy away or back down from it. They're starting with the way they like to, spraying and looking for fights outside the building. It's now down to Guts Gaming to see if they can keep this bravado and the impressive plays they've done before. And Light still on a bit of a scream. The fact that they have 2 players on 93 and Demariu on 6-1, I think says more than enough about how this game has gone into their favor. C4 doesn't quite connect with the 2 bodies on the far side of the new Balk hatch, but Black Grey is still going to play around it just in case he can catch somebody cheekily. Guts Gaming, they've got their opener, and now they're just going to play from here on.
Going to be able to try and slowly force themselves out the advantage even further. If you trade on from this point, you should be the one that takes the game with an 0-7. Of course, they want more than that. They just want to make it a clean attack. Imagine if they end this up with a flawless round. That would be so insane. Taking down CYCLOPS like that, the team that has been on top of APAC in the previous 2 stages. Sounded like it could have been finally their year, but it might be turning around at this very moment. Of course, they weren't super clean at the start of the stage, but this is looking anything but clean. It's the complete opposite. They're not performing at all. And Guts is absolutely destroying them for a result. That grenade, that Sledge is going to be tossing in, could be worth a double kill. Black Ray does go down, however, that's a 3-on-5 situation. It's slowly getting out of hand. JJ gets yet another one. Gatarada now on the vertical angles, has to be careful that he's not being picked up. It's going to be one of those last hopes and lets his position be known. Gets the kill, brings it back at least to a 2-4. There's still a minute left on the clock, and EMP goes off. Are they going to be able to hold on to this, or is this going to be an 0-7?
As the pings come around for them on the far side of pillars, Suzu C is going to see if he can spring the trap just at the right time. They have a little bit of coordination and communication between the pair of them, but Guts Gaming have 30 seconds. They lose one more body. That'll give the game away as to where Suzu C is, so he's going to quickly move around and manipulate himself to a new position. Gatarada holds up a closer swing onto pillars now, so they can hope that they can get a bit more of a tight game. Gatarada gets one more on the swing upstairs. Suzu C finds the pressure inside the washroom, but JJ suffers.
Oh, they got it!
Through the side! Guts Gaming with a 7-0 sweep on Dostoevsky. Good night, sweet Russia. If this was an anime, I believe the only one I know that shows the magnitude of this fight is One Punch Man.
I think so as well, but I'm sure Jess is going to be able to get us an even better reference if there is any, that is, for this game. But yeah.